Welcome to your 10-minute stretch for the upper body. I hope this is a practice you return to over and over again. It's a fabulous practice for anytime you're experiencing tension in the neck, shoulders, arms, or chest. Let's begin in a comfortable kneeling position. You may choose to place a yoga block or blanket between your upper and lower legs, under your glutes. Take your right hand and press it over towards your left shoulder. So right hand to left shoulder, and we'll start by just pressing in and pulling down, gazing away from the hand. You'll start to feel some lengthening on the side of your neck here. Take a few deep breaths. Retract your head, shoulders back. Soften your lowest ribs in and engage the core ever so slightly to support your posture. Good. Now stay in this next stretch. Start to open and close your jaw, observing how those subtle changes in the jaw structure start to manipulate the muscles of the neck in different ways. Lastly, gaze further over the shoulder. And as you come back, I want you to take your thumb and then your peace sign fingers and just start to pinch your sternocleidomastoid, so this big muscle that's kind of sticking out from the top of your shoulder all the way up to the top of your neck. And you might even get right up behind the ear. It's harder to pinch there, but you could take your peace fingers and just manipulate little circles the size of a loonie or toonie all the way down. Closing again by pressing and pulling down as you come through center. Beautiful. Let's take that left arm. So the same arm that we just were working with, left arm in front of you. Lift it up, catch the elbow, pull it back. So again, retract your head, soften those ribs in, and we're just giving a really nice release through the tricep group here. As you press your head back, you can even pull a little side stretch away from the arm. Deepen your breath. We hold all sorts of tension, not just physically, but energetically as well, in these tight spots in the body. So deep exhales might help you get rid of something that is no longer of service to you. Let's come back up through center. Take that left arm in front of you and now cross it over the body. So the opposite hand is just going to start by hugging that tricep in now. Squeeze in, pull the shoulder down. You're welcome to wiggle a little. Really make sure that you're finding a stretch with each of these so you can add on to my cues. Good. In this position now, we grab the cap of the shoulder. And you'll notice that your elbows have just come really nice and close. This is preparing us for eagle pose. So once you have the cap of the shoulder, start to lift those right fingertips up, pulling the backs of the hands towards each other. You might land here, that's okay, and you could work from this position to this position. Maybe the backs of the hands come closer or a clasp is formed. I'm going to turn sideways for this so you can see. I want you to karate chop your hands forward and then pull them in. A little forward, pull in. A few more of these. Notice the back of the head is in line with the back of the heart, and there's not too much rib flare, so I've got those ribs gently tucking down. Beautiful. Next time that the hands are away from the face, keep them there, and we just lift up and down, up and down, up and down. Full expression. Here we go. Inhale. We start to actually arch the spine. Cow pose. Gaze up. Lift the fingers. Keep them away from your head. And exhale, round the spine. Cat pose. Gaze down. Elbows come to touch the belly. Once more. Inhale. Rise up. Cow pose. Fingertips stay away from the face, lifting towards the sky above you. And exhale, round through cat pose, elbows drawing in. Close the way we began. Slowly unwind until your right hand is on the shoulder. And again, you're gazing away from the hand. Last little stretch here. You're just relaxing these fingertips. And then I want you to actually stretch the fingertips down as if you're trying to push them into the yoga mat without touching the mat. And just feel that exaggerated stretch now through the whole left side. Last couple breaths, you can pull the arm back and forward. And then very slowly, as if there's a string attached to the top of your head, lift up and place your head evenly on your shoulders. And oh my gosh, I feel quite out of balance. This shoulder is so relaxed. I hope you're feeling that as well. Let's rebalance to side two. Please take your left hand, press it towards the right shoulder. You're pressing in and pulling down here as you gaze away from the hand. Start slow, find your breath. Retract the head. You're softening your ribs in so that the core is slightly engaged to support your posture. Now continue looking away from the hand, and let's start to manipulate the stretch now with our jaw. Open and close the jaw. And you might notice some profound kind of reverberations all the way down from the jaw muscles to the top of the shoulder. Good. Now gaze further over the shoulder. Exaggerate the stretch for the last breath. And next, take your thumb and peace sign fingers and try to grip onto this big muscle that holds the head over on top of the shoulders. So we're actually just pinching that sternocleidomastoid, really trying to grip it, pinch it all the way up until you get right behind your ear. And when you get there, you're just wiggling those peace sign fingers back and forth. Whew. One side is really harder than the other, isn't it? With the self-massage component, there's no wrong answer, so maybe it feels better to get all fingers involved. Please be my guest. And then we go back to where we started. The palm just presses into the shoulder and pulls down. Beautiful work. Let's slowly arrive through center. And we cross the right arm over the body now. The left hand hugs that tricep in, and then we lift up. So that right arm is up overhead, left hand hugging elbow in. We press the head back, we soften the ribs in, and we just enjoy the stretch for a few breaths. If it feels okay, you could add a slight side bend to the left. Slow down those exhales. Arrive back up through center, and this is into that full tricep stretch. So my left hand is just hugging that upper arm in. Getting into those deltoids as well, that shoulder cap. And then we'll go ahead and grab that shoulder cap. So this lower hand is going to grab the shoulder, preparing us for that eagle stretch. So here we go. Notice your elbows are really nice and close. Keep that. Release the fingers and start to point all sets of fingers closer towards the sky. And you might just work this a little bit, kind of lifting those fingers up, squeezing your elbows together, and releasing down. And if eagle has been challenging for you, this will be an amazing way to improve your mobility for that Garudasana stretch. The next time that you're up, if you'd like to practice getting the backs of the hands closer or a little clasp, you can work on that. And I'll turn sideways again for this part. So from this position, I want those elbows up in line with the shoulders, and we start to karate chop hands forward and in. Excellent. Next time you're here, let's just do these little manipulations up and down. Notice that effect across the upper back. There might be a moment when one thing starts to really loosen and you feel a bit more freedom in the stretch. Full pose. Here we go. We lift and an arch gaze up. Hands are staying away from the face the whole time. We exhale, round, and gaze in. Twice more. Arrive back through center. Closing the way we started into that tricep stretch. Into that neck stretch. And then this time those fingertips come down towards the yoga mat rather than pressing. Hover and push away so that you feel the entire line now, receiving that release. Maybe the hand can move back and forward a little bit. I love that version. A bit more release through the chest. And then imagine that string to the top of your head. Let's lift up and soften down. A couple shoulder rolls up, back, down. Appreciate this new freedom in your upper body, your neck, your shoulders, your chest. Thank you for practicing. We'll see you next time.